And Studio Trigger hath decreed that the romance arc for Kiznaiver shall begin. The ships will sail for our characters. Aside from the whole Maki arc and everything, where we fleshed out her character and her tragedy that happened to her, this might end up being my favorite arc of Kiznaiver. Romance series in general, or even just romance arcs, are hit or miss with me, because they can be extremely well done, they could be averagely well done, or they could just be shit. It usually depends on the characters and their interactions. With Kiznaiver, it's completely character-driven. We know tidbits of the plot here and there, but nothing super concrete. It's focused solely around the characters and how they interact, how they feel about each other, the fact that they can feel each other's emotions, their negative emotions, their positive emotions, their pain, and all that. So, hopefully Studio Trigger will actually do this romance arc really well. I'm believing that either it'll take us all the way to the ending, or as Crunchyroll tweeted, it'll only be a couple episodes, like 2 to 3. And even if that's the case, then what after this? This is completely anime original. So this just has me believing and wondering, what other good arc could come after this? How are they going to finish off the series? I am slightly concerned about the ending, because if we have another arc, it might feel a little too rushed. Because I believe this is 12 episodes, right? If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below like usual. So yeah, let me be real for a moment. I gotta apologize if this does come out several days late. I know I usually post my reviews for Kiznaiver episodes on Saturday, if not Sundays and everything, if I'm late and everything. So, this is going to be several days late, really close to probably the 9th episode. Things came up, I procrastinated a little bit, so forgive me. Now, getting into the episode, and why I said this might probably be my favorite arc aside from the whole Maki arc. I love these characters. I'm really invested in the characters and how they interact. And if we add love and all this romance into the mix, where you have love triangles, or someone's gonna end up with a broken heart, oh boy, the drama. Oh, the drama, and just the character interactions and how they're blushing or how they are so awkward around each other. That is going to be phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to the next episode. This episode was great, really fucking great. We find out who has feelings for who, and there's even some plot twist a little bit. So, Katsuhira, for one, had like brownish hair and everything in his backstory, his memory and everything. We still don't know his everything about it, what happened back then, but we know that he is the son of one of the sponsors or researchers for the Kizuna system, because all the children for all sponsors and all researchers of the Kizuna system for Sugimori City, the experimental city, were brought in and given surgery to be implemented into the Kiznaiver system, because they want to succeed at this. Beforehand, before they had moved on to humans, all researchers had experimented on orangutans, and they were mainly connecting emotions. It wasn't pain. No, pain was a side effect of the initial result and everything. So when they tried moving on to humans, it was considered inhumane and everything, so they used teenagers, adults, and children. But they had later discovered that it's usually children and adults that are the best receivers before they develop their own ego as they go out into the world and leave their nest, so to say. So, Katsuhira was one of them, so was Sonozaki, and all the other children, as we find out, are alive. So, apparently they can only connect negative emotions, but as we see with our group, apparently they might be the only group that have connected positive emotions. Like when Nico's heart began beating, like she had a rapid beat, like her heart was twitched with pain and happiness and all that, everyone else felt that. That was a positive emotion. And if they move on to the romantic step, it'll bring about more and more positive feelings. So this group has gotten farther than everyone else that has participated in the Kiznaiver system. So I am glad we got a little bit more about Katsuhira's past, and apparently next episode it's getting all revealed. The entire connection between him, Sonozaki, and the Kiznaiver system is all getting revealed. So I am extremely excited for next episode. I've always been really curious on what exactly happened. It's good to know that they weren't kidnapped as children and everything. Their parents kind of gave their permission for these people to give human experimentation, and surgery on them to include them. And as it was seen at the very end of this episode, Sonozaki has the mark, but we don't know who she's connected to. It could be that school counselor or something, that chick who always goes, Naughty-chan, and everything. She could be connected to her. But I kind of called it a couple episodes ago, when we saw that mark on her neck, as a child, that she was a member. And here's what I'm going to assume. Once you're a member, you don't leave the system. There's no way, no feasible way to remove you from the system. And what happens in adulthood, I mean, if you've done this while you're children and you're in puberty, what necessarily happens to the bonds and the connection between pain and emotions once you reach adulthood and you develop your own ego, so to say? I'm really curious about that. So, getting back onto the topic of the children with Katsuhira and Sonozaki, we find out they are alive and everything. I'm really glad to hear that. Like, none of them died. Though it was weird, like, Sonozaki did take a dive off of the tower or whatever. Did she survive that? Was that a test of courage? But I wonder if we'll see any else of them. Where are they? Are they still in the city? Do they remember that at all? Like, Katsuhira, his memory was very, very fuzzy from back then. But he's finally starting to remember it and everything, and we'll get the entire thing, hopefully, the entire thing, next episode. Okay, I'm done with that. Let's talk about the real prize of this episode, the romance. So, let me just get into all the pairings that the school counselor noticed they had feelings for. So, Yuta likes Honoka. Honoka still has feelings for her dead friend, Ruru, and everything, so she's kind of on hold at the moment. Hisomo, even though he did express a little interest in Katsuhira once he was introduced and everything, he's an enigma, so he has no one he can be paired with. Nico surprisingly has feelings for Tenga. We knew Tenga a little bit had feelings for Chidori, and Chidori, of course, has feelings for Katsuhira. She confessed back in, like, episode 1 or 2. And Katsuhira has feelings for Sonozaki, and Sonozaki may end up having feelings for Katsuhira, because she said he exists within her. They're forming bonds and everything. So, as I see it, there's a lot of good that could come out of this, like, if people do get paired up, a lot of happiness, but a lot of sadness as well. Because if one thing goes wrong, if Katsuhira doesn't end up with Chidori, Chidori's heart will be broken. If Chidori's heart is broken, and she ends up with Katsuhira or something like that, Tenga's heart's gonna be broken. And if Tenga ends up with Chidori, Nico's heart's gonna be broken. And if Sonozaki rejects Katsuhira, his heart will be broken. Or if he rejects Sonozaki, her heart will be broken. It's very interesting. I do like that pairing. Some of them are very interesting, like the whole Nico and Tenga. It's not what I was expecting. I thought Nico might have been with Hisomu and Tenga. I do like how he was with Chidori and everything. Like, they get along really well, and he was going to be her love guru. I kind of want them to be together, but Nico with Tenga, I actually really like that idea. Now that I think about it, it does seem like a very interesting and cute couple. And Nico, when she got complimented on how she was wearing like this sweat jersey or whatever, this track uniform or whatever, when she got complimented that she looks cuter than usual in her heart, she's just like, her face turned red, and she's just, oh god, she got so fucking adorable. I love these characters. I'm so invested in these characters, and I can't wait to see the romance that develops. And with him, okay, Yuta, when he was trying to hold Maki because he almost said some really fucked up things, like, you're just here messing around, trying and hoping that we'll finally get rid of the pain in your heart and everything, and it kind of affected her a little bit. She was laid back this episode after finally becoming friends with everyone, now that they're Kiznaivers. It was kind of fucked up what he said, but Yuta, when he was trying to hold her, he sneaks up and everything, like, he does this weird leg move, and he's like, did our feelings connect? Because she's like, don't hold me, and she goes, no, I just had a hunch, and she smiles. After that whole arc with her, I honestly really, really care for Maki. Now, with the end, I kind of feel bad for Chidori, because Chidori was about to confess, and Katsuhira, as he was remembering more and all that, he dashes outside in this, because Noriko and everything, or Sonozaki, was rushing over there to correct something. We don't know if she was going to confess, or if Katsuhira is going to confess to her, or what's exactly going to happen between her, Chidori, Katsuhira, and then by chain, Tenga and Nico. Here's just a guess, but as Katsuhira, his pain was removed, could Sonozaki's emotions have been removed? Or could she have just been left with the bare minimum? Like, maybe she still feels pain, but she doesn't feel as much as emotion. That's just one of the theories I have. So, overall, this episode was really good. I am excited as hell for the next episode. I want to see it. I'm slightly concerned for the ending, because if we try and squeeze another arc in, it might feel too rushed, or hopefully we have a really good ending where it's conclusive, or who knows, maybe we get a season 2, because this is an original anime. There's no manga, no source material, so it's really up to Studio Trigger. So, I applaud you. I am glad we're getting into the romance arc. And all the while, our characters have to survive a typhoon, and they have to get home safely. So, things are getting interesting. Well, they've been slightly interesting, but now with romance, things are getting heated. Who knows? Maki and Yuta might actually, just saying. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What'd you think of the episode? Who's your favorite pairing? I'm still slightly rooting for Katsuhira and Sonozaki. I do like the idea of that couple, but Nico and Tenga is actually a really good couple. With the 7 Kiznaivers, it's obvious that one of them is going to end up alone, but now with Sonozaki in the mix, 2 of them might end up alone. Which is a very sad thing. I don't want to deal with their heartbreaks, because imagine sharing the pain of a heartbreak, happiness and sadness all shared across. We might have some cool and horrible drama coming up. So yeah, check out the links in the description when you go and add me on Twitter and Facebook, and go check out episode 8 of Kiznaiver. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you're new. Let me know your thoughts, answer my questions. If I mispronounced something or said something wrong, feel free to correct me. This is Alex Nation signing off. Have a good one. Watch lots of anime, read lots of manga. Bye-bye, guys.